Okay. So thank you all so much for agreeing to be on the panel. Again, my name is Elise Edwards. I'm the founder of We Are Our Own Medicine. It's a gun violence prevention conference and also a training. And we're going to get to know our panelists here. We consider them to be experts in what they do. If you all could do me a favor when you talk, try to put the mic as close to your, mouth. Don't eat it. Amen. But, and if you forget, we have somebody in the upper room that's going to help us out. But I just want you all to just kind of introduce yourselves. If you can take 30 seconds, you can share your name, your organization, the role in which you play, and then the number of years that you've been in your role. And so we're going to start with, I'm going to say your full name and then let you say what your real, name. Charnesha. Is that okay?
Yeah, so I'm Charnesha Collier, just Char. I serve as the executive director here of River City Community Center. I have been in this role for 2.5 years, but I've been at RCity since 2015, serving in several leadership roles, and I've just became executive director 2.5 years ago.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes. And then we're going to pass this over to Mr. James, King James.
I'm James Lux, Street Outreach Supervisor in the Greater Garfield community, East Garfield, West Garfield. I work with Together Chicago. I've been doing CVI work for 6 years officially, 9 years unofficially, 3 years just doing it on my own, and then 6 years on payroll with the organization.
Can you just real quickly tell us what CVI is for those who may not know? I didn't even.
CVI is Community Violence Intervention, or some people say interruption, but Community Violence Intervention.
Thank you. Ms. Kim.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Kim Jackson. I wear several hats, but first and foremost, I'm a mom of 3, wife of a pastor, and have followed him all around this country, sharing the love of Jesus Christ, as well as rebuilding communities. So I actually have a company, it's a firm that works in real estate development. But the name of the company is CP2, which is for Community Pro Partners, and basically we come alongside the community to help rebuild the community, and that has transformed so many neighborhoods and lives over the last 25 years. However, I have worked in North Lawndale, which is here on the west side, and currently in East Garfield Park. Coupled with that, Opportunities has awarded about $100 million in development in neighborhoods. So I just wanted to make sure everybody understands my role in community.
Yes. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get down to it. She do a lot. That's what she's saying. She do a lot. We're gonna get down to that. Okay, and Mr. Enrique Laboy.
So my name is Enrique Laboy. I'm 35. I've been born and raised in church my entire life. Born and raised, right? Christ is the center of my life. I've been in public service. I've been working with the city of Chicago for 13 years. I started with CPS. I transitioned from CPS to streets and sanitation, where I was a tree trimmer. From there, I am now holding a position as community organizer with the Chicago Police Department. I've been in this position for 3 years. But I've been in community my entire life. I've been inside of churches. I've served. My life is public service. So.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, so all of you all have heard us talk about faithful presence. That's one of the core themes of Building Blocks of Peace. And so I just want to, for those who want to answer this, what is a place that you are committed to? And I heard a little bit of that from you, but what are some of the places that you're committed to? It could be your block, it could be a neighborhood, or anything else. Do you feel? Go ahead. We'll start with Char.
Yeah. So I'm actually committed to this space and serving here for our youth. So I've also grew up in the program and started at the age of 16, and we have a apprenticeship program where we teach kids the skill of tuck pointing, and that's the removal of old mortar between the bricks to fill it with new mortar. So if you guys do the neighborhood walk, our apprenticeship building is out in our commons area. But in that, I started to be a mentor of the youth at my young age and start to see how youth gravitated towards me and my leadership, and that called me higher to show what Black and brown youth could do in the community. And then in this very room, we had my passing the torch ceremony from our founder, and then passing it to me for executive director. And my audience, besides my family, but it was my youth that I mentored since they were in 6th grade. They're now in college and doing the trades and things like that. And they always say, well, I did this program because of you and the way that you have impacted us. It wasn't, our program was a paid apprenticeship. That's how I first got involved with it, because I wanted to get paid. But they started to say, well, no, I'm here because of you and the way that you have led us and the way that you're there for us. We know that we can call on our teachers, but we also can look at our city as a safe haven. So I'm here to just be that safe haven for our youth and to show our youth that we can do other things in this world when we put our mind to it, that anything is possible for us.
Love that. I love that. Come on, y'all, give her a hand. It's nice to see younger people doing what God has called them to do. I love that. I love that for you. I love that for this church. I'm going to repeat the question. I'm going to ask you again, James, if you could, answer this. And if any of you need me to repeat it, what is a place that you are committed to? It could be your block, your neighborhood, in your organization. What are you actually committed to? Where has God called you?
Not only am I committed to Together Chicago, but to the city of Chicago, right? North, West, South, East. I collaborate with all the orgs. Okay. Project Hood, South, also Northwood. Yeah. It doesn't matter, because I have friends and colleagues that work in different organizations. And understanding that we can't do it alone, hence building blocks of peace. All us have something to offer. We can't just be in a silo. Yeah. We get more done through collaboration. But I try to use my personal testimony to reach across the city, right? I was one of the ones destroying the community at one point, so I see it from both lenses, the negative. So now I work twice as hard to do the positive work and use my life testimony to talk to the youth. Not only to the young guys, but to the young sisters, too, the young queens, right? Let them know that a lot of this stuff is just senseless, a lot of the violence, or even talk about trauma. When in this field, you learn to look at things through a trauma-informed lens. Mm-hmm. So you have to put trauma first in order to understand, like, really what we're going through. They often say that poverty equates to violence and things like that, but it's just not financial. It's trauma too, generations of it. Mm-hmm. So through my trainings and understanding that I deal with trauma and I go through trauma, it helps me identify and it helps me reach, the youth. Yeah. So I'm committed to the city.
I appreciate that. He is committed to the city. But I can tell you, in Garfield Park, you're going to find him, because we also collaborate together. I love to see your name on this panel. I also, Ms. Kim, if you could just let us know, with this faithful presence, what are some areas that you are committed to?
Well, for sure, I am committed to ensuring that the community has a seat at the table. And a lot of times, from the seat I sit in, as being a developer, it's disregarded, the community. They want to do things for the community, but not with the community. And so for me, it's important to leverage the relationships that I have in the neighborhoods, especially right now, I'm 10 toes down in East Garfield Park.
Okay, come on.
And so I ensure that the community's voice is at the table. And then the community, alongside of whomever, can help to shape those tables. So that table really is appropriate for the community. So that is what I am all about these days, and leveraging the resources and relationships that I have to ensure that our community is rebuilt with the community.
That is phenomenal. I'm sure if she had an 11th toe, it would also be down for East Garfield Park. I love that. Not that you have to answer this now, but I would love to know somewhere down the road how many Black female developers we got out there like that. I'm just interested, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna move over to you, Mr. Enrique. If you could let me know an area that you have a faithful presence in, like where's a place that you're committed to?
One of the places that I'm committed to would be amongst my position within the city of Chicago, the police department. I try to represent. My job is to represent everybody.
Yes.
But when I first got this job, I remember we had a commander. He has since retired, but I sat with him when I first got in, and I was like, oh, what really? He asked me, what interests you in this position? What do you really want to focus on? I told him, man, I really like faith-based. Faith-based is my thing. 25th district, I know all the churches. I'm a musician. I've played I have personal relationships with these pastors. So I go, I'm going to hit the ground running. I already know it. And I told them, I do also know that, we hold a government job and that there has to be there should be a separation. And he goes, what do you mean? I was like, well, I don't want to become too preachy to the general public, because then you're known as that's a Jesus guy, whatever, that's a Jesus freak. Just, and he goes, no, we need that. Amen. And it was almost like it was a wake up call for me, and in that moment, it was truly like a moment where it was God saying, You're overthinking this. I am involved in every aspect. And when you thought that there was a limitation, that commander basically said, no. If that's your baby, you're going to run with it. I will back you. You make sure you do what you got to do, and I got your back. And that sort of kind of empowered me to really hit the ground running. I have a supervisor. She's Christian, and she has motivated me to, continue forward with faith-based and really expanding on faith-based. So in my job, one of the areas would be with the city of Chicago, the police department, to expand the faith-based committee.
I love that. Label me, y'all. Label me. That's what I got out of that. Just go ahead and label me. I appreciate that. Thank you all. I'm going to go ahead and do some specific questions here so people can get to know you more. Char, is it Char? Yeah. Lord have mercy. Some people don't know how to read, right? Okay, Char. So could you tell us about River City CDC? What does the organization bring to this community? I'll ask some follow-up questions as well, but for right now, what does that bring to this community?
Yeah, so we serve ages kindergarten all the way to 24 and up. So our mission is to build a path from youth and families to walk from cradle to career to the glory of God. So in ways that we do that, we have like after school based and summer camps that serve our like kindergarten through 8th grade area, and then our apprenticeship programs that serve like 6th through 12th grade. And then we have a scholarship program, which is our success builders that serve that trade age or college bound area, and we're able to just serve the whole community but also the whole family. We do several community events in this space, Christmas, Juneteenth, Black History showcases, Mother's Day events, Easter egg hunts, all of that to like just serve the community and providing a meal, and we showcase our kids and their performances and things to just give our families just like a holistic care of what we're able to offer here.
Okay, when Juneteenth make it in the church, y'all, we're doing something. Listen, I'm going to ask one follow-up question. What do young people in Humboldt Park need to succeed, and how do you work to provide that on top of everything else that you just talked about? What specifically do you think that our young people need?
Yeah, I think it's just a opportunity, not even just like a physical opportunity, but an opportunity of belief that somebody is pouring into them and speaking life into them, that they can do something different. If it's not in the classroom and they're not succeeding that way, it's other ways that they can be successful. So just ways that we're able to just walk with the youth in whatever areas that I said our kids can start in 6th grade during the tuck pointing program. And I did that program as well. But everybody is not coming out of that program going into the trades, and that's okay too. Most of our kids are going to college or doing their own thing, and they're having jobs, and that's success as well. So we have one graduate who is in the trades, and she's TikToking and showing her way on that construction site, being a young Black female. So just to see that is just showing that our mission is coming to pass. And I'm a believer of our mission, and being in this position, I'm bringing our youth, the youth that I mentored in 6th grade, on staff with me here, and just seeing how they're able to walk and do this work, and just believe in our younger kids. So just an opportunity to do something different and be somebody is what they need.
I love that. Thank you so much. It's a lot, y'all. I love it. James, I'm going to transition over to you. What should faith leaders and residents know about street outreach work when you talk about CVI? What are some things that our faith leaders and residents should know about that outreach work?
That's a good question. Faith-based leaders and community residents. First, to know that we was once, like the problems or that you see in the community, the guys hanging out, the drug dealing, the shooting, things like that. A lot of us in the CVI field came from that field, so we can relate. And we have a professional working relationship with law enforcement, but oftentimes we could reach those individuals a little bit quicker. We'll get a call and say, hey, this person for the crash out, or this may be happening, and I know you have a relationship with these people, or somebody on this block, and we can kind of get to the situation quicker and mediate some things. A lot of, they got the no snitching. A lot of people really don't want to deal with law enforcement, so they would reach out to the people in the CVI field and try to get in front of some things before it happened. I think we have a easier segue into certain communities because we've been there. And again, I mentioned the collaboration where I can't reach somebody. I know somebody in the field that could reach somebody. So through the networking with the different CVI outreach workers, professional outreach workers, we can kind of get some things done. And then, like, we are actually boots on the ground in some of these communities. Y'all will see us canvassing in our orange vests or our blue, our nylon green or our blue or orange or whatever it is. So we try to be out in the communities, engaged in passing out pub airs, just to let y'all know that we are actually here and we're doing the work, trying to build a relationship with community, and we are approachable. And you guys could call on us, whatever org it is that's close to, and when I say org, organization, a CVI organization that's close in your community, you can reach out to any of us. It's a network now. Again, I keep using the word collaboration because it's big at the moment, and we get more done. We're able to reach further through collaboration, so it doesn't matter what org or what area you in. If it's a problem, you can reach out to CVI, and we'll try to get to it by being boots on the ground.
Yeah, so that's one of the things that was a follow-up, when you think about community working with you, it says here, how do others support the work that you do? Is that what you're thinking about? People just reaching out to you, using you as a thought partner in certain things?
Exactly. And we welcome community advice. We want to hear from the community. What more could we do? What other services could we bring? How could we help? Things like that. We welcome the support from CPD. Like, they've been great partners in the field. Great support when we have like night in the light events, tournaments, whatever it is, CPD be there for extra layer of security and things like that. So working hand in hand with CPD and the community, it kind of helps us do the work a little bit easier because CDI doesn't have all the answers.
Yeah.
There's no one blanket solution. We don't know what the problems is in the neighborhoods unless community let us know what the problem is.
I love it.
So we need the voice of the community.
I love that. No one has all the answers, y'all. I hope we all realize that no one has all the answers. Collaboration is important. Ms. Kim, could you please tell us about your work in affordable housing development? And I'll have some follow-up, but could you tell us some of the work that you do?
Sure. As we know, a lot of our neighborhoods have seen a lot of devastation over the years, starting with the riots in the 60s. And it has taken decades to even try and tackle the displacement and vacant lots and all of that. So what I have been able and blessed to do over the last 25 years is walk alongside community residents from a faith perspective, and help to plan and then execute the development of affordable housing in North Lawndale and, again, East Garfield Park, and Bronzeville, too, by the way, in Chicago. That has been the heartbeat in my calling, is to help our neighbors be able to live in a quality place that they can afford. We have a lot of our neighborhoods that are changing, and the price of housing has increased tremendously. And my goal and aspiration is to ensure that people that currently live in those neighborhoods and have gone through all of the craziness in those neighborhoods are still able to be in those neighborhoods, and again, have a seat at the table.
That is so important. Thank you. Thank you. I want to ask a follow-up question to that. How have you centered the voices? Because you said you want, them to have a seat at the table. How have you centered those voices in the needs of the community in the work in which you do?
Well, I can give a quick example of that. So there was a project that happened not too far from my house in East Garfield Park. Some of you all may know of it. It's called Fifth City Commons. And so there's a second phase that is happening now. I am not a nonprofit. I'm a for-profit organization, but I have ensured that the community has an invitation to come and plan for the second phase and what that's going to look like. So those meetings are actually happening in my office with leaders from the community, residents who want to have a say in what is actually going to be built next door to the first phase. So another project that I'm actually working on now as well is one that the community was at the beginning saying, this is what we need for our neighborhood. And so we are always having them come in. One of the big things that happened, this is a 50-unit affordable housing project that will be breaking ground this year, by the way, Fifth Avenue in Holman. It has a food hall. Now, those that know about East Garfield Park, there's only one sit-down restaurant in the neighborhood, and it's Inspiration Kitchen, and it's not open all the time. Yeah. So, of course, the community is saying, hey, we want this. And so, of course, we responded to that. So there will be a food hall that will be built alongside of the housing, where 3 restaurateurs that we've already sourced are minority, all African-American, by the way, restaurateurs that are going in there and will provide, of course, sit-down opportunity for food, but also jobs for area residents. So that's the work that I love doing and how it impacts our community.
That's awesome. Come on. 10 minutes. Okay. All right, Enrique, we got 10 minutes. We'll get through this and then some other questions. Why should people of faith, we heard you love the Lord. Yeah, loving the Lord is wrong. Anyway, I had to say that. Anyway, why should people of faith and churches work alongside you in community organizing with the work that you do?
So one of the things that we, at the 25th District, one of the things that we do on a weekly basis, we have an initiative that's called Meet the Block. And during this time, we go to the specific blocks that have been affected by some form of crime, shooting, robbery, burglary, whatever it may be. Our sergeant, we find that information, and we make that our target for the week. We saturate that block with resources. We bring, there's probably a group between 10 to 15 officers that saturate that block. We go door to door and we knock on every door and we hand out information. We talk to individuals. If you're home, a good majority of the time, we do get some good FaceTime. And during this opportunity, we bring with us, or the people who are invited are mental health resources, physical health resources. We actually bring bags of food, like groceries. These are things that we want to show the community. We're here. We're not bad. We're trying to figure out to help you to build a better quality of life. And so, thinking about this question, I believe what would be better than to bring in something that will outlast all of the mental health, the physical health. Those are wonderful things, and yes, they are necessary. But imagine if we had faith-based partners that would come with us, church leaders that would be able to and willing to come with us to knock on the doors. And once we're done offering those recourses, now a faith-based member can come up and say, now let me talk to you about Jesus.
Yeah, come on, yes.
Let me tell you how Jesus can change your life, can change your atmosphere, can change your block. Just give me 2 minutes. And we walk away. We go on to the next one. We are breaking the ice for these churches, these faith leaders, these faith members. We're doing all the work. We're willing to. We could get together. We make a couple phone calls. We'll do a smoke out. We'll get burgers. We'll get dogs. We get everything, and we just need you guys to come, partner up with us. Yeah. We knock on the doors. We just did a smoke out earlier this week on Concord and Cicero. Wonderful turnout. A lot of the neighbors were able to give us a lot of information because what's going on in the alleys, or what's going on in the main streets, or what's happening in the dark. You got neighbors that don't want to park in the garage because something's going on in the alley.
Yeah.
So to answer the question, connect with your local districts. Ask them, what are you guys doing for the community? How can we be a part of it? Yeah, how can we join next to you and saturate these communities, these blocks? From what I know, not a lot of districts do this. Meet the block. When I first got to 25th District, we were the only ones that were doing it, and now it's sort of kind of spreading out a little bit. But it's a great initiative.
Yes. And I have joined them, actually, by the way, for Meet the Block. It was a while ago, but it's still, I did that. You've already answered the follow-up question, how we all could get involved. I'd love to, I think we have 6 minutes left. I'll read upside down too, sir. Thank you. I may not be able to know her name is Char, but I can read time upside down. Hell, it's a skill. Thank you. Anyway, I wanted to ask you all if you could let us know, let the audience know, why should our audience get involved in the work you do or something similar? And because we only have a few minutes left, if you could just take a minute or less just to let them know, why should they get involved in what you're doing?
Yeah, I think because our in the world of what's going on and the violence and things like that, we're reaching our youth at that young peak age where other people can offer them that other part, and we're offering them that positivity. So any ways that you can come and get involved, if that's a community event, if that's donating, that's just creating change for them, whether that's a new experience of a field trip or a new experience of cooking class, whatever you can do to help support is giving them another opportunity to be somebody better and create change in their life.
Thank you, Shar. I got it right. They clapping for me because I got your name right. They not. No, I'm just playing. And so I'm going to pose the same question to you as well, James. You know, why should our audience get involved in the work that you do or something similar?
I know we all heard the old adage, it takes a village.
Yes.
Right? We all have something to offer. And here we are today with building blocks of peace. Look at it as we're all a block and building a foundation for peace. We need faith-based community. We need CDI. We need business people, private sector. We need law enforcement. It's layers of destruction and violence. It's layered. So we need to be layered 10 times harder. All the positive stuff that we bring individually, we need to do it collectively and be layered to, fight against what it is that's out there, the destruction. Yeah. Our mission is peace, and if we do it together collectively, then I think we can win, we can gain ground.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes. All right, Miss Kim. Your minute is up. Uh-oh. I'm sorry. I didn't mean, I said it wrong.
Okay. So I would say that I love to partner with neighborhoods. I love to partner with our churches. The opportunity I have right now in East Garfield Park is with People's Church of the Harvest. And so that is what I do. I love to navigate through this complex process to help our faith leaders and our communities understand it for something that helps them to basically improve their quality of life, and we can all say we did it together. So again, if you want to reach out to me, my website is cp2re.com, and I love to talk about planning and how we can come together to help rebuild our neighborhoods.
Yes. Thank you. All right, Pastor Laboy.
No, don't put.
Yes, you have 1 minute. 1 minute. I'm going to repeat it. Why should the audience get involved in the work that you do or something similar?
All right. So during my experience of just being in the community, watching and learning, there are three things. People want to be seen. People want to be heard. People want to be loved. And who better to extend love than the faith members, than the faith leaders, and people who are actually able to bring prayer. And so I really think if you really want to get involved with the community and you just let it be the faith-based community that can really saturate. Join us with the police department. We're working heavy with all these organizations, with CVI, and that's really how we build together. If we hear them, if we listen to them, and we love on them.
Thank you. Woo! Yes, I love it. And we're done. Hallelujah. Stay right here.
Hey, everybody. Can we give a hand to Elise and our panelists? Anybody?